Hi, I'm Nancy, and I'm going to read Charles Dickens' The Old Curiosity Shop. You can see that. There's a picture, the first picture of the book, because this is only a paperback version, but the real version has lots of different images all through it. But yeah, that's the first, so you can see. I'll show you it again. Nell and her grandfather, and the man who's narrating the book at the moment in The Old Curiosity Shop. Okay, here we go. Although I am an old man, night is generally my time for walking. In the summer I often leave home early in the morning, and roam about the fields and lanes all day, or even escape for days or weeks together. But saving in the country, I seldom go out until after dark, though. Heaven be thanked, I love its light and feel the cheerfulness it sheds upon the earth, as much as any creature living. I have fallen insensibly into this habit, both because it favours my infirmity, and because it affords me great opportunity of speculating on the characters and occupations of those who fill the streets. The glare and hurry of broad noon are not adapted to idle pursuits like mine. A glimpse of passing faces caught by the light of a street lamp or a shop window is often better for my purpose than their full revelation in the daylight. And, if I must add the truth, night is kinder in this respect than day, which too often destroys an air-built castle at the moment of its completion, without the least ceremony or remorse. That constant pacing to and fro, that never-ending restlessness, that incessant tread of feet wearing the rough stone smooth and glossy, it is not a wonder how the dwellers in narrow ways can bear to hear it. Think of a sick man, in such a place as St. Martin's Court, listening to the footsteps, and in the midst of pain and weariness obliged to spite himself, as though it were a task he must perform, to detect the child's step from the man's, the slipshod beggar from the booted exquisite, the lounging from the busy, the dull heel of the sauntering outcast from the quick tread of an expectant pleasure-seeker. Think of hum and noise being always present in his senses, and of the stream of life that will not stop, pouring on, through all his restless dreams, as if he were condemned to lie dead but conscious in a noisy churchyard, and had no hope of rest for centuries to come. Then the crowds for ever passing and repassing on the bridges on which those feet are free of Ptolemy, where many stop on fine evenings to look listlessly down upon the water, with some vague idea that by and by it runs between green banks which grow wider and wider, until at last it joins the broad vast sea, where some halt to rest from heavy loads, and think, as they look over the parapet, that to smoke and lounge away one's life, and lie sleeping in the sun upon a hot tarpaulin in a dull, slow, sluggish barge, must be happiness unalloyed. And where some, and a very different class, pause with heavier loads, and remembering to have heard or read in some old time that drowning was not a hard death, but of all means of suicide the easiest and best. Covent Garden Market at sunrise too, in the spring or summer, when the fragrance of sweet flowers is in the air, overpowering even the unwholesome streams of last night's debauchery, and driving the dusky thrush, whose cage has hung outside a garret window all night long, half mad with joy. Poor bird, the only neighbouring thing at all akin to the other little captives, some of whom, shrinking from the hot hands of drunken purchasers, lie drooping on the path already, while others, sodden by close contact, await the time when they shall be weighted and freshened up to please more sober company, and make old clerks, who pass them on their road to business wonder what has filled their breasts with visions of the country. But my present purpose is not to expatiate upon my walks. The story I am about to relate arose out of one of these rambles, and thus I have been led to speak of them by way of preface. Okay, so that was some of the first chapter of Your Curiosity Shop. I will be reading some more in Nancy's stories too. So if you enjoyed that, please come back.